Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at online business and how to take your business online.
Right.
So, we have this fantastic article. It's from I Tried It on Medium.
Yeah.
And basically what they did was they took their business online and they documented the entire process.
Cool.
So this article is from October 2024. So it's really up to date and current.
Wow, very fresh.
Yeah, very fresh and relevant for all of you listeners out there. So
Mhm.
one of the things that I thought was really interesting about this article was how the author really emphasized setting clear goals.
Mm-hmm.
And they had these three goals.
Okay.
One was to increase visibility, two was to boost revenue,
Of course.
and three was to cultivate a community
Yeah.
around their brand.
Yeah, those are all really good goals to have.
Yeah, and I think the reason why they emphasize this is because when you have clear goals,
Yeah.
it's easier to make decisions.
Yeah, it's like having a roadmap.
Yeah, exactly.
You need a plan. If you're building a house, you need a blueprint. If you're taking a business online, you need a strategic plan.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point because it's so easy to get lost in the weeds
Oh, yeah.
when you're trying to figure out, all the technical details of taking your business online. So
Yeah.
having those goals in mind can really help you stay focused.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got our goals. Now let's talk about building a website.
Okay.
The author called this the cornerstone of their online presence. And I think that makes sense because your website
Mm-hmm.
is often the first impression that you make on potential customers.
It's your digital storefront.
Yeah, it's your digital storefront.
Yeah.
So they chose GetResponse as their platform. What are your thoughts on that?
I think GetResponse is a really good choice for entrepreneurs, especially if they're just starting out, because it offers a whole suite of tools.
No, it's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, exactly.
You can build your website. You can set up your e-commerce store. You can do your email marketing all in one place.
It's very efficient.
Yeah. And the author specifically highlighted the importance of user experience.
Mm.
They talk about having a mobile-friendly design.
Yeah.
And making sure that the website loads quickly.
Super important.
Yeah, because we've all been there, right? We've
Mhm.
all been on those websites that are just clunky and slow.
And you just leave.
Yeah, and it's so
It's
frustrating.
the bad experience.
Right.
So you want to make sure that your website is easy to use.
Especially on mobile.
Yeah, because these days, most people are browsing the internet on their phones.
That's right.
So if your website isn't mobile friendly, you're going to lose a lot of potential customers.
And Google actually penalizes you
Mm.
in the search rankings if your website isn't mobile friendly.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's really important for SEO as well.
Okay, so we've got a beautiful website. It's
Yeah.
mobile friendly. It loads quickly. Now let's talk about e-commerce.
Right.
Because the author definitely wanted to sell products online, and they did a great job of creating detailed product descriptions, showcasing high-quality images, and they even offered multiple payment options.
Oh,
They really paid attention to detail.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes a big difference.
Mm.
When you're shopping online, do you want to see clear information? You want to see beautiful images, and you want to feel like the process is secure.
Absolutely.
They didn't actually mention the specific payment gateway they used.
But they did stress the importance of security.
Yeah, that's essential.
Yeah, you don't want to have a data breach.
No,
That would be a disaster.
right.
So you need to make sure that you're using a reputable payment gateway.
Okay, so we've got a secure e-commerce setup. We've got a beautiful website. Now, they also mentioned using ShipEngine for handling shipping.
Ah, yes.
I was curious what you thought about that choice.
Well, I think it's interesting that they specifically mention the API and scalability.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Well, that suggests to me that they were already thinking ahead about growth
Mm-hmm.
and automation.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah. So by choosing a platform
Uh-huh.
that could integrate with other systems and scale with their business, they were really setting themselves up for success.
Right, because it's one thing to handle a few orders manually. But when things start taking off, you need systems in place
Huh.
that can keep up with the demand.
Exactly.
And they also talk about the importance of social proof. They integrated customer reviews into their product pages.
Smart move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because people trust what other people say.
It's like word of mouth marketing,
Yeah.
but online.
Right, and those positive reviews can really encourage people to buy.
Absolutely.
So we've got a solid foundation here. We've got a user-friendly website. We've got a secure e-commerce setup. We've got social proof. But the author didn't stop there. They knew that attracting customers online required more than just a pretty storefront.
Right.
They needed a content strategy.
Content is king,
Exactly.
Power Queen.
Right. And they created a multifaceted content strategy
Right.
that included regular blog posts, engaging videos, and strategic email marketing.
That's a great approach
Yeah.
because it allows you to reach a wider audience, provide value,
Yeah.
and ultimately drive more traffic to your website.
Exactly. And they were blogging regularly,
Yeah.
choosing topics that were specifically geared towards their target audience.
Yeah.
And they were strategically weaving in those all-important SEO keywords
Mm-hmm.
to rank higher in search results. They even experimented with video content
Oh, wow.
on platforms like YouTube and TikTok
Yeah.
to further expand their reach.
So they were really thinking about the different ways that people consume content.
Yeah.
It's not just about having a website anymore.
Right.
You need to be where your audience is.
And some people prefer to read blog posts. Some people prefer to watch videos. Some people prefer to get their information on social media.
Right. You got to be everywhere.
So it's really important to have that multi-platform approach.
Absolutely.
Now, they didn't just create content and hope for the best. They were very deliberate about their SEO strategy.
Okay.
They used tools like Google Keyword Planner
Mm-hmm.
to identify relevant keywords.
And I'm curious, can you break down the difference between high volume keywords and long tail keywords?
Sure. So high volume keywords are those really broad terms that get a lot of searches, like shoes or clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're so broad, they're also very competitive. So it's hard to rank for those keywords.
Okay.
Long-tail keywords, on the other hand, are more specific phrases that people search for, like women's running shoes size 8.
Right.
So they get fewer searches overall,
Right.
but they're also less competitive. And the people who search for those keywords are more likely to be ready to buy.
So it's really about finding that balance
Yeah.
between attracting a broad audience and also homing in on those ideal customers.
Exactly.
And they didn't just focus on the keywords themselves, they really emphasized on-page optimization,
Okay.
making sure that their website content was structured in a way that search engines could easily understand.
So it's all about speaking Google's language.
Yeah.
Making it crystal clear to those search engines what your website's all about.
So we're talking about meta tags, headers, image alt text.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Can you explain those a little bit? Sure. So meta tags are like little snippets of text that describe your web page,
Right.
and they help search engines understand what your content's about. So it's important to use relevant keywords in your meta tags.
Mhm.
Headers are like the titles and subtitles
Yeah.
on your web page, and they help break up your content and make it more readable for both humans and search engines.
What-
And image alt text is a description that you add to your images
Okay.
that tells search engines what the image is about.
Hmm.
And it also makes your website more accessible to people who are visually impaired.
Okay. So on-page optimization is really about making sure that your website is accessible
Yes.
to both humans and search engines.
Exactly.
And they took it a step further by focusing on local SEO,
Mm-hmm.
which makes perfect sense. If you're a business with a physical location
Right.
or serving a specific geographic area,
Because people are searching for businesses near them
yeah,
all the
so,
time.
so they optimized their website
Yeah.
for location-based keywords.
Yeah.
And they created a Google My Business profile.
Which is essential for local SEO.
Can you explain why that is?
Sure. So when you search for something like pizza near me,
Right.
Google uses your location to show you results from businesses that are nearby.
Okay.
So if you have a Google My Business profile and you've optimized your website for local keywords, you're more likely to show up in those search results.
So it's all about making sure that your business is visible
Yes.
to those people who are searching for what you offer
Exactly.
in their local area.
Okay.
Okay, so we've talked about SEO. Let's shift gears and talk about social media,
Okay.
because it's impossible to ignore social media these days.
No, it's not.
The author strategically chose to focus on platforms that aligned with their target audience.
Right.
For them, it was Instagram and Pinterest because of the visual appeal,
Mhm.
LinkedIn for professional networking,
Mm-hmm.
and Facebook for community building.
Makes sense.
What did you think about their approach?
I thought it was really smart that they didn't try to be on every single platform
Right.
because it's really hard
Right.
to manage multiple social media accounts, especially if you're a small business owner. So it's better to focus on the platforms where your target audience is.
And really do those well.
Exactly.
And it wasn't just about being present on those platforms. They were very intentional about their posting strategy,
Mm-hmm.
maintaining consistency,
Yeah.
engaging with their followers.
Right.
They understood that social media is all about building relationships.
Yeah, it's not just about broadcasting your message. It's about having a conversation with your audience.
And they also dip their toes into paid advertising
Okay.
to amplify their reach, targeting specific demographics and interests.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because paid advertising can be really effective. If you do it right, you can get your content in front of a much larger audience.
Right.
And you can target your ads so that you're only reaching people who are actually interested in what you have to offer.
And they also encouraged user-generated content, which is like gold for businesses.
It's free advertising
Yeah.
and social proof.
Right. Because when people see what other people are talking about your business
Yeah.
and using your products, they're more likely to trust you
Exactly.
and they're more likely to buy from you. So speaking of powerful tools, let's talk about email marketing. Because despite all the shiny new marketing channels out there, email marketing is still a cornerstone
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
of online business.
Yeah.
The author was very strategic about building their email list.
Mm-hmm.
They offered valuable incentives on their website,
Like what?
like free ebooks, discounts, things like that to
stuff.
entice visitors to sign up. And then they took things a step further by segmenting their list.
Segmentation. That's key.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
So basically, they were sending targeted messages. They were tailored to specific customer interests and behaviors.
So they weren't just sending the same email to everyone on their list. They were
No.
actually taking the time to understand their audience and segment them into different groups.
Based on things like
Perfect.
their past purchases,
Yeah.
their website activity, things like that.
That's smart.
Yeah, and that allows you to send more relevant emails that
Yeah.
people are actually going to open and read.
Exactly, because nobody wants to get a bunch of irrelevant
Yeah,
emails. It's just spam.
Right, and they didn't stop there. They harnessed the power of automation.
Oh, yeah. Automation is a game changer.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So they set up email workflows in GetResponse to handle things like sending welcome emails to new subscribers and following up with customers who abandoned their shopping carts.
That's so smart.
Yeah, because those are all things that you could do manually,
Yeah.
but it would take a lot of time, and it's easy to forget. So by automating those processes, you can free up your time and focus on other things,
Like what?
like creating new content or refining your marketing strategies or connecting with customers on a deeper level.
Right. Those are all the things that are really going to move the needle for your business.
Now, with all these strategies in play, it's crucial to track your progress and see what's working. The author emphasized the importance of analytics,
Okay.
using tools like Google Analytics to monitor key metrics.
But with so much data available, it can be overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially for someone who's new to online business.
Right. So what are the essential metrics that you would recommend focusing on?
Well, I think it's important to start with the basics.
Yeah.
Like, where's your traffic coming from? What are your conversion rates? And how are people behaving on your website?
Can you break those down a little bit?
Sure. So traffic sources tell you where your visitors are coming from.
Let's
So
go.
you can see which marketing channels are most effective. Conversion rates track how many visitors are taking the actions that you want them to take.
Like signing up for your email list
Exactly.
or making a purchase.
Or downloading a resource.
And customer behavior insights show you how people are interacting with your website.
Yeah,
What pages are they visiting? How long are they staying? Where are they dropping off?
that kind of thing.
And that can help you identify
Yeah.
areas for improvement.
Absolutely.
So it's all about using data to make informed decisions about your business.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a beautifully designed website. We've got a compelling content strategy, and we're tracking our progress like pros. But there's one crucial element that often gets overlooked:
And it is.
customer support
Yes.
in the online world, where you don't have that face-to-face interaction. Providing exceptional customer support can make or break your business.
It's all about building trust.
Yeah.
And showing your customers that you care.
The author recognized this and took a multifaceted approach to customer support.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really went above and beyond. They offered live chat for immediate assistance on the website,
Oh, nice.
a dedicated support email for more complex inquiries,
Okay.
active social media monitoring to address any public comments or concerns,
Yeah.
and a comprehensive FAQ section to answer common questions.
They really covered all the bases.
Yeah, I was really impressed with their approach.
Yeah.
It shows that they really care about their customers.
Yeah, because when you make it easy for customers to get help, they're more likely to be happy. And they're more likely to come back
You
and
just-
tell their friends.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to touch on something that I think will be incredibly valuable to our listeners.
What's that?
The specific tools and resources that the author recommends.
Oh, yeah. That's always helpful.
We've already talked about a few,
Mm.
like GetResponse for their website and email marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and ShipEngine for handling shipping. But they mentioned a few others that I thought were really interesting.
Like what?
Well, for example, they mentioned Thrive for managing their inventory.
Thrive. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a really cool platform. It not only tracks stock levels, but it also helps prevent overselling.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, can you imagine the headaches that can save a business owner?
No more scrambling to find out-of-stock items.
Right.
No more disappointing customers.
Exactly.
Last-minute cancellations.
And it frees up so much mental bandwidth to focus on other aspects of the business.
Yeah, that's huge.
They also emphasize the importance of using analytics to track their progress. And they specifically mentioned Google Analytics.
Which is a great tool.
Yeah, it's free,
Yeah.
and it's incredibly powerful.
But I think a lot of people hear the word analytics and they get intimidated.
It can seem really complicated.
But it doesn't have to be.
Right.
If you're just starting out, I would recommend focusing on a few key metrics,
Okay, like what?
like traffic sources,
Mhm.
conversion rates, and customer behavior.
And those are the ones that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't need to try to track every single data point.
No, just start with the basics.
Right. And then as you get more comfortable, you can start digging deeper.
Yeah, and exploring more advanced features.
So what does this all mean for you, our listeners, if you're thinking about taking your business online, or even just improving your existing online presence? This deep dive has hopefully given you a solid roadmap. Remember, clarity is key. Start with those goals, just like the author did. Then build a website that is not just visually appealing, but also functional and user-friendly. Don't underestimate the power of content. Whether it's blog posts, videos, or social media updates, consistent and engaging content will help you attract and retain customers. And don't forget about customer support. It's the backbone of any successful business, especially in the online world.
And as your business grows, don't be afraid to embrace automation.
Right.
It can really save you a lot of time and headaches.
And it allows you to focus on the things that truly matter.
It's like connecting with your customers, growing your brand, and achieving your business goals.
Remember, the digital world is constantly evolving. But with the right tools, strategies, and mindset, you can thrive.
We hope you found this deep dive insightful and inspiring.
If you're eager to learn more, we highly recommend checking out the full I Tried It article on Medium. It's packed with even more valuable advice and real-world examples that we didn't have time to cover in this episode. And stay tuned for future deep dives as we continue to explore the world of online business and entrepreneurship.